Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Post-Match Pint, the only West Ham United post-match fallout show on the internet. It's the last post-match pint of the season. We're going to be touching on two games as we didn't do a Man United one and a lot of people was asking for it. So yeah, and then we're going to be touching on the last game of the season of against Stoke, which is a bit of a... What should we do first, Stoke or Man United?
Man United first.
Yeah, start with the good stuff. Alright, so it was there, the last game ever at the Boleyn, if the ladies don't play there.
Yeah.
It feels weird saying that.
Yeah.
Ever.
It was obviously nearly a week ago now, but are we still emotional?
Yeah.
I think so.
Early start for us.
Yeah.
We was in the pub, not you.
Well, you weren't. No. I was
in the pub at Q1. Enjoying all the celebrations.
Where was you?
Build up before the game.
I was at work.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. It was we were standing there, we'd been out for a while, and then all of a sudden we was asking, where's Graham? All of a sudden we just see him in the middle of the street talking to a bunch of people.
Like a tourist, wasn't it? Like a tour guide.
He never come looking for us, never rung us or nothing, just was standing there in his element, doing what he does best.
His way down, when he just chatting people.
It was good, like the celebrations before the game. I know we're not going to go into I don't really want to talk about all the media stuff, and you've done all that on your video. And but just being in the pub with everyone, a few drinks before the game on the Bobby Moore statue, more drinks.
I had my first ever pint in the Boleyn.
Yeah, his first ever pint at Boleyn.
Really?
I've got a picture with him.
I've drunk in the Boleyn before. Obviously, I've been in there before.
On a match day.
On a match day, I don't go. Like a lot of people know me. Know if there's more than 15 people in a pub,
You get a bit stressed.
I get a bit stressed out. Yeah, I get because I'm a big lad. Do you know what I mean?
For you, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean when we have to close in, it gets me a bit like tense. But like anyone that knows me properly knows I don't like. Because I'm a big fella, you know what I mean? Like it's a lot harder for me to fucking shift myself through crowds than it is everyone else. But like if it starts to get cramped, I don't like it. But we went in the Boleyn. You know what I like? I didn't know. They make a circle.
Yeah.
So I just stand in the circle for a little while until we got called out.
Until you get chucked in the middle and you have to sing and everyone chucks beer over you.
Yeah, I liked it though. I enjoyed it. It was good.
It was good. And then we went Working Man's Club, didn't we? And then we went to the Bobby Moore statue and had some more vodka and beers.
And then I'll see ya.
Yeah, and then we see Graham. Made my day.
Yeah, but the celebrations before, I mean, let's touch on them a little bit even before we get in the game because it's such a huge part of the day. The streets were lined. The streets. I don't. As Ryan said, I'm not going to touch on any media stuff. We're not going to touch anything about the coach, anything like that, because we've said our piece on that. And obviously the crush that went on as well, which has been reported elsewhere. And we're not going to touch on. I just want to talk about the good stuff, the celebrations. Was you there?
Yeah, I wandered down, didn't I?
Do you know what I was saying to my mate? I said it felt like, but I would imagine if we won the cup, that sort of atmosphere around the ground.
And it was estimated, it was obviously 36,000 Boleyn olds. There was probably about 50,000 there.
I'd say there was more than that.
I reckon it was
like 50 to 70,000 people. That Boleyn, that Barking Road and Green Street was packed, wasn't it?
Even during the first half, some of them photos that come out while the first half was happening, the amount of people crammed in.
I loved it.
It was like we won the cup. You know, that many people turned out to celebrate, and it's good to see. You know, it just goes to show that this mentality that, we ain't going to fill that Olympic Stadium. I think that's showing. I know there was other fans from other teams who come down to be part of the day, but that goes to show that we will fill that stadium week in, week out, because just that many people just wanted to be part of that day. You know, it's amazing.
It was amazing. It was amazing scenes outside. Then we made our way in.
Finally,
yeah.
After I got my face painted.
After, you know what it was? He was trying to chat up the girl that was doing the painting.
It worked until Dad dragged me away.
But you know the thing. Do you know what?
Hang on.
Dad's getting crowded.
No, do you know what annoyed me about it? Right? It's the fact that I was outside. I was having a great time. He was going to me, come. We're going to the stadium now. Come, we're going to stadium. I said, I'm all right out here for 10 more minutes. He went, nah, come, we're going to the stadium now. Got in the stadium. As soon as he seen it, he was like a fucking magnet. Can I have my face painted, please? Chatting about. I was going, come on, then you dragged me out. I've got to stand here on my own watching him have his face painted.
Why didn't you have your face painted?
She didn't have a big enough paintbrush.
Just have a sponge.
Fucking paint roller. Hammers. And then we got in the stadium.
Eventually. And I sat with him for this one. And it was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
everything
a great
about
game. The atmosphere when the teams come out, when the band had the band playing.
And you know, they criticise where I sit because the atmosphere is not that great, but for that game,
I think
the whole stadium. I mean, we all had T-shirts on our seats, and they made the obviously it was claret and blue all over the ground. It was. I thought Man United fans played part as well. They were respectful for the day, and it was brilliant.
The old thing on that when they chicken run and the East Stand where they got the old blue and claret bits of paper and put the date up. That was quite nice as well to see. It was a good day, really good day. Good evening, I should say. Well,
good evening.
Good day for you. Good evening for me.
No, it was. It was. I loved it. Then the game started.
Go through the starting lineup.
Yeah, starting lineup. Randolph continued in goal. Creswell, Bonner, Reedy, Antonio still at right back, which we need him further forward. I think as the game went on, it showed that Payet, Lanzini, Noble, Chiarte, Sacco, and Andy Carroll.
Very privileged 11, I'd say, to finish that season there.
Yeah. I think that's probably the closest we can get to our best side.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, without the right back.
Our best side.
Yeah. I'd rather have Antonio further forward, but
then who'd you drop?
Exactly. That's always the scenario. But yeah, it's strong team.
So it started the game. It went by so fast, didn't it?
The whole day. Even like now, to think it's nearly a week since it happened.
It's been playing on my mind for years. Do you know what I mean? That last day, what it's going to be like, and all that. And then it came, and it just went so quickly. We started well. Brilliantly.
Yeah.
And it was the whole atmosphere seemed to lift aside. 10 minutes, first shot, bang, back of the net.
Deflection, but De Gea couldn't get there, could he?
Exactly, take them all day long, mate.
I've got a lovely beer shower in the Boleyn.
The thing is, it was like as soon as that first 10 minutes, the way we started in that goal winning, you forgot about the Swansea game like that. That Swansea game just went out of your head because that was a big disappointment. But yeah, it's 1-0 up against United.
1-0.
Couldn't have started better.
I must admit, this season, I know we're not going to talk about the main team, but we very Jekyll and Hyde, didn't we, in our performances? You look at Swansea, the way we played there, and then the way we played against Man United.
We turn up against the big boys, don't we?
I think you can say that, but there have been teams as well that we've sort of like put away when we've had our full side.
Oh yeah.
Like the 3-0 against West Brom. And teams like that. It's not just the big sides. It's just.
I think it's just, with the Swansea game, it's just the way we rolled over after not losing at home for so long, and that's why everyone was disappointed. But look, the teams we've lost to this season: Leicester, Bournemouth, and Swansea. Leicester are champions, and Bournemouth are done well this season to stay up.
Yeah.
I had them to go straight back down, but
the thing is, everyone's going on like. Swansea done us 4-1. It was a game we should have won. I'll see them against Liverpool the week before, and they look really good. Swansea,
exactly.
Absolutely murdered Liverpool.
No, it's just one of these, but
So it's no
the start against Man United was a big difference. It's the way it was how we expected to start.
Apart
Swansea,
from Arsenal at home, we always started well against the big teams this season, didn't we? Arsenal at home was probably the only one we haven't.
Yeah.
It was 2-0 down.
But even before that, we had chances in that game as well. So.
It was 1-0 up, still going well. Had a couple more chances, big one from Carroll.
Oh, he threw one-on-one.
Couldn't believe that.
And do you know what? It was the same position he was against Chelsea. And do you know what I mean? It's the same sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he slotted that away like expertly.
But he missed it, the one at Chelsea. That's the thing.
He hit this one
too
clean,
well,
didn't he?
and he hit straight at the keeper.
But a massive chance. But even then, I was just thinking.
Then we had the one ruled out for
Antonio.
Oh, yeah.
not offside, it
That
went out
spun
of play,
out.
didn't it?
Did it
spin out?
go out?
Yeah, it went
Yeah,
out.
it's whatever.
As Noble crossed
Good call then.
But when that was again, that chance we missed, and you just didn't see Man U getting in that game at all.
Man United looked a bit like
nervous.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it's because it's not because of what happened before the game. I just think the whole atmosphere that night inside that stadium got to them because they're a young team, United. Apart from Rooney
and
when I see them come out of the tunnel, they didn't look like they wanted to really be there.
And the thing is,
with the noise in the ground.
The video of is it Jesse Lingard? They weren't bothered about what went on the coach.
Of course they were.
The thing is, right?
Smalling's filming out the window and Carrick's sitting there on his phone. That's all the geezer ever does. You see him on Sunday.
The thing is
chatting
about
away on
that
his
sort of
phone.
thing, that happens all the time.
Of course it does.
I said to him the other day, like we've touched on it. We won't go into the ins and outs of it, but it happens all the time. It's just that it just happened to be the night when the world's press were at our ground,
exactly.
and it got picked up. But no, it wasn't. It wasn't.
They were chlorine. As I said, no one. I know we're skipping a bit forward, but no one was moaning about what happened when they were 2-1 up.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, we had one ruled offside, Antonio. I didn't think it went out, but if he's telling me as he was.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely went out. It was a good. Even Noble knew as well because he's turned straight around and he looked at the linesman, didn't he?
Yeah.
But it should have been 2-0 from the Carroll chance, and then they started to
get back in.
ease themselves back into the game. I think what happened was that night. I think the massive start we had, the energetic start, I think caught up with us a little bit.
The adrenaline started wearing out as the game went on.
The crowd was never quiet, but it quietened down a bit from the shouting and screaming and the everything, and the adrenaline wore off, and it just allowed Man United to start to creep back into it. And then half time come, and I looked at him and I said, we ain't going to lose this. No. We ain't going to lose this. No chance. Straight out in the second half. Started a bit slow.
Which we've done quite a lot.
Didn't start with the same tempo, and before you knew it, undeserved, they've equalised.
Martial.
Didn't we have a chance to go 2-0 up just before they equalised? I can't remember. It was a little while ago, but
I don't feel I was sober enough to remember any of that.
I'm trying to think. I think we did have a chance.
Sure, we had a chance just before they scored.
Was one cleared off the line?
I can't remember. But yeah, they pulled it back, didn't they?
Good bit of play though on the wing. I've got to say that. Laid across to Martial.
Good cutback.
Yeah, great cutback. A little bit like the one against Amal Furtado scored against City last year.
Yeah.
They're 1-1. I still wasn't worried.
No.
And then all of a sudden, Rooney got a little criticism that night. Right. I thought he was one of their best players.
I thought he plays that role well. He plays that role well.
He drops deep, picks it up and spreads the play
some of his
like
passing
butter.
was a bit off the.
He's 30 years old now, Rooney, and he could play another 4 or 5 years in that position and still be.
Some of his passing was a bit off, but he's got that.
That's the role he needs to play for England.
He can pick them passes. He overhit a few, and I think that's why he got a lot of criticism.
The second goal, man, was it Martial? He turned Reed Reed didn't get nowhere near him. Reed might as well have just gone up the shop and got himself a newspaper.
The goal,
he won't get
the goal.
The goal comes from the right as well. That's one thing. The criticism of the Swansea game was Antonio ain't a right back, and he
was playing on the wing, Martial.
Yeah,
and he scored both goals.
Yeah, he kept pace in the first half. You see Martial go through. Antonio
second goal as well. I think Randolph should have done a lot better. He got beat at his front post, didn't he?
Yeah,
it wasn't just the fact that it was beat at his near post. It went across the line. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he didn't hit straight into the corner. It sort of like it went round the back of Randolph. That's bad goalkeeping.
Unless it's a worldie, there shouldn't be no way of getting.
No. He should have been one step over, and he just takes
his ankles wrong. Do you think?
Yeah. Well, obviously,
the thing is with Randolph. Obviously, we're going to be talking about the Stoke game in a minute. But the thing is with Randolph, I think them. I'm not going to criticise him, he's done very well this season, right? But I think we saw his fragilities at the beginning. He's come in and he's had a few good games. Like, his shot stopping is brilliant. His commanding of the box is brilliant.
Must be tough for him, though, to get a run of games playing well and then he's dropped. And then he's got to sit on the bench and he's got to wait for. He saved us. He saved us a lot of points. And look at Liverpool away in the FA Cup.
Look at right, we're not going to touch on the Stoke game yet, but look at the 3 games that he's played. How many saves did he have to actually make?
I don't know. There's
the ball
something
out,
that's right.
Nervous when he asked.
But
He's just going to stab you or something.
But like, you know,
5.
four goals against Swansea, he had no chance of any of them.
4 against Bournemouth, he had no chance.
Yeah, I think he made 2 saves in that Swansea game because we dominated. Man United, they scored 2. I don't really remember him having to make, you know, maybe 1 save again.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that.
They had 2 shots on target.
That's it.
And they scored 2.
Yeah. Swansea
So
and Man United, well worked goals. The defending is where the criticism.
No,
apart from
the second goal, sorry.
Second goal's got a bit of criticism, but you've got to look at where the goals have come from and defending from it.
He's still a good goalkeeper.
Yeah, he's an international keeper.
He is a good goalkeeper. I'm not going to say that, but maybe he's a bit of a confidence man.
Yeah.
You know, that knocked his confidence because I'll tell you about the next game later. But 2-1 up, just boom, it went silent. It was just against the script, wasn't it?
No, when they went 2-1 up, everyone started singing Bubbles.
No, but I mean, at instant, when they went 2-1 up, boom. And then everyone's thought, no, fuck this.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck this, we're not losing this game. We're not having it. And that was, what was that, 75 minutes, wasn't it? It's only 15 minutes left. And you're thinking, I'm just sitting to him and everyone's sort of looking at each other thinking, this weren't in the script. This weren't in the script. What's happening here? This weren't in the script.
Yeah. They're not meant to win.
And all of a sudden everyone was like, bang, not having this. And it looked like the team felt that as well, you know. And
because I see Noble straight away. He was just shouting at everyone and lifting the crowd, and that's what captain's got to do, you know.
And that's it. As soon as they'd done that, I don't know, maybe it was a bit nerves, especially at 1-1. They think, shit, don't lose this. And as soon as they started losing, they think, right, we've got to do something now. We've got to react.
Well,
otherwise,
lose, did we?
No, nothing to lose. We've got to react, otherwise we're going to be down. And fucking hell did they react.
What an header.
Payet wasn't great on the night.
Nope.
I'm not going to say he was great. He hasn't been great for a little while, to be honest with you. I think the season caught up on him. I think the change of leagues has caught up on him.
I think having a sniff around the France squad as well.
Yeah.
Put that in the back of his mind.
He's had a long season.
You think he played in Europa, so he started in July as well.
Yeah.
He's had a long season.
From coming from a league like that as well, you know.
And as well, this league's a lot more physically tougher than.
And he's had an injury.
And not only that as well, apart from when he's not been injured, when he's played, he's always played the full 90 minutes. He's never really been subbed off, has he? I can't remember.
But the thing about him is, even when he's playing poor,
one moment.
well, yeah, 2.
Yeah, but that's it. That's what he has. Yeah.
One moment
changes the game.
and he got the ball out on a, what was it, a corner, wasn't it? First or a free kick?
That was a free kick and he come back to him, didn't he?
He took the free kick. Everyone was expecting him to score from the free kick. Come off the wall. What a pick out. What an header. That is superb. That is top class. Top class.
He was airborne.
Yeah. But it's, do you know what it is about Antonio? I don't think he's the most skillful player. He's got good pace, he's got good power. It's his determination.
Yeah.
You know, he's so determined. He's so determined not to give up on anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that ball would have come over like that. It was away from him. You would have seen another striker take a step and go, I couldn't get there.
Yep.
But him,
he's up there with one of the best headers at the club, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got to be.
Yeah, because he's up there. He's scored a few goals. Look at the Liverpool one.
Tottenham one.
Tottenham.
Fucking
I go back to the video he posted on his Instagram where he jumps. He's got a full ceiling like this, and he jumped through the full ceiling and touched the rafters.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a leap on him.
Like, the way he attacked that ball, was like no one was getting to that ball but him.
Yeah.
But that's it. He gets himself in them positions and he thinks, right, I'm scoring now. I'm scoring. This is a goal. Bloody the muscles on his neck went. You know, he's got some muscle and all in it. It's a big old unit. And De Gea weren't getting nowhere near it.
No.
That was it. 2-2. The ground was up again. I honestly think, because that was, what was that, 79 minutes, wasn't it? 76 minutes.
79 minutes.
It was late.
79 minutes,
Yeah, no,
right?
yeah, it was.
And I thought, it's going to stay like this now. We're going to have a little attack. We're going to have a little attack. We're going to have a little attack.
At that point, I thought we were going to win.
No, I didn't. See,
I did.
And it was only a minute. We only had to wait a minute.
Yeah, I thought we was going to win it.
And then it was across. Reed, who scores the last ever goal at the Boleyn Ground.
But he hasn't scored this season, has he?
No, I don't know.
Has he got one?
I think he didn't score in the early.
He might have one. But
Don't matter.
Yeah.
He scored the last ever goal of Boleyn. He don't care. What he
Exactly.
But should De Gea have done better?
Of course you should have.
Yeah.
They got a good strong hand on it.
But
They should have saved
I think
that.
with De Gea, his confidence was knocked because they're probably more lower. I ain't gonna repeat what they were saying to him, but they were proper giving it to him, and I think that was in his head. That was in his head.
Have a little altercation with one of the ball boys or something.
Yeah.
I don't. The thing is, right, we were watching him. First off, in the first half, he busts the ball, didn't he? The old beach ball football thing that was bouncing about. He pops that because it come onto the pitch. Right. Then he goes down the other end. They don't throw the ball back, so he gets the ump and like throws his dummy out, which he then plays
He's
a
not
part.
happy there, though.
He then plays a part in their goal, and the way he celebrated after that in front, and he was winding the fans up. You're going to get in the media, the fans were like what they were and all that because they don't, you never hear a bad bit of press against Man United, but he was winding them up. He deserved everything when they threw the bottles. Everything he got, he deserved because he was bang out of order in what he was doing. Same as Bosnich when he done it years ago. He deserved everything he got. And it was just so fitting that he messed up for that final goal.
He definitely should have done better, but who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Who cares? We won.
It was a decent header. I've seen replays of it. It was a decent header. Got good connection.
Really good
it wasn't a proper soft one. You know what I mean? But he's a good goalie, isn't he? They reckon the best in the world. I can't see that. I'm sorry, I can't see the best in the world.
He's up there, yeah.
He's in the top 4, I reckon.
It was just so good just to see him mess it up. It's just good.
But he's not. He doesn't look happy at United, does he?
No. If he's here next season, I'll be very surprised.
No, I don't think he will be. I don't think a lot of players will be, to be honest. But and that was it. The game just got sealed
that
out.
final 8 minutes dragged. That felt like another 90.
That was the longest.
It just never seemed to go down.
That was the longest part of the whole day, I think.
Yeah. I just wanted to see the celebrations after.
Well, let's talk about the celebrations. I mean, the game finished. I mean, it was a fitting end to a fitting. You couldn't write the script. If he was writing it for a Hollywood film,
the only way I'd change that script would be Noble to score that winner. That's the only thing I'd change.
In the very last.
Because that would have been like fitting Royal Rovers stuff, wouldn't it? He's a West Ham captain. He's a West Ham fan. But listen, I don't care if Steve Bacon come on the pitch and smash one in his left foot. I don't care.
And the thing is, you see in when he done the during the celebrations, when he got up and done his speech, like when he was talking, you could see how much that meant to him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
he was getting emotional.
Yeah, everyone was. Bilic broke down in tears, and it was the fans, everyone.
Just a very emotional day. It was raining, everything. Which
the only thing with the celebrations, I think it was a bit rushed for me. I think they left a lot of stuff out.
Well,
the thing is,
I was speaking to someone that was involved in the process of the celebrations. Now, a lot of people might not know this. A bit informing. The fireworks were meant to be to shut it, to shut the show. Yeah, the fireworks and the pyrotechnics were meant to be the last bit, right? It wasn't the last bit because the game ran over 45 minutes. There's a smoke control order in place or something like that.
Probably a noise order.
Order, yeah, that says after 11 o'clock there's no fireworks or anything like that. Yeah, I think it wasn't smoke control. It was a noise order, I think. That says no, you're not allowed anything like that. So they had to say, they spent a lot of money on it. So they pulled them in at half time saying, like, do we go with it or do we scrap it? And they said, well, we'll do it first. So that was meant to be the end.
Yeah.
But it opened it. I thought it was a decent opening. There was bits I didn't like. I'm not going to lie to you. There was bits for one, the fucking speakers in our stand weren't working properly.
I think that was all over though, because my mate had the same problem.
One minute you could hear everything.
I just think like they could have done a lot more with the legends. And the people they spoke to as well.
I agree.
No disrespect to Anton Ferdinand and Marlon Airwood, but come on, there's better people there they could have spoke to.
Yeah, Anton Ferdinand's not one of the greatest players to ever play for the club. Do you know what I mean?
Colton Cole. Yeah, he's a cult hero.
Yeah, exactly.
But come on, so you got Tony Cotty, someone like that. Julian Dix.
Yeah,
he weren't even involved in none of it.
And to be fair, Bianca Westwood's voice got on my team.
And come on, look, they brought out five black cabs on the pitch, and no disrespect, but you got Teddy Sheringham coming out, and And I know they were the hammer of the years, but come on, they could have done a lot better than that.
They were trying to get every player who was alive who'd made a first team appearance. Did Carrick come back out?
No.
No, I don't think so. I mean, that's
I don't know, mate.
he can't really, can he, if he's with United?
But I didn't know whether maybe they'd say they'd let him, give him permission to come
But
out.
even this, I'm not buying this Billy Bonds story either. I'm not buying it because Billy Bonds would not have missed that for the world.
Yeah,
I'm not having that. He got caught up in traffic and turned around and went home.
Someone took a selfie with him.
Something's gone on.
Yeah, someone took a selfie with him on the way to the ground.
Yeah, something's gone on there because there's no way he would have
It's the
missed
Redknapp
that.
thing. I'm telling you now, Redknapp was there, or he was going, or he was arranged to go. Because Jamie Redknapp, no, I'll tell you, someone did tell me a story as well. I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to think. Redknapp got there, Jamie Redknapp, because he was covering the game, and he got dogs abuse. Yeah, dogs abuse from West Ham crowds outside. As I said in a previous video, there was a lot of people there that weren't necessarily West Ham fans, right? So I'll leave that for another day. I've got people call me liar and all that. I'm not listening to it.
Some Man City fans.
Yeah, it's fine.
Frank Lampard Senior as well.
I drove home listening to the radio, and a woman said there was Forest fans, Bolton fans, Millwall fans. So
Right now, Billy Bonds had caught wind. This is what I heard. Right.
Yeah.
That he was going.
Yeah.
On the way there, and he said, "No, I'm not coming." Redknapp then phoned his dad and said, "Don't come here.
Yeah.
Because if you come here, you're going to get hit in the ear roll." Right. He turned round, and then the club phoned up Bonzo and said, "He's not coming there, will you go?" And he just said, "No, I'm halfway home."
Billy Bonds is bigger and better than that. I don't believe that. Something else gone on there because there's no way Billy Bonds would have missed that for nothing for the world. You know what I mean?
To be honest, when he come out on the pitch, a couple of to me. That was his farewell. He weren't coming back. So you don't know. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. It's not part, and we're not part.
No,
I liked it when it went dark though, and they showed like the Canio video, and then the spotlight come on, and it was him on his spot where he scored, and then they done the same with Trevor Brookie.
They done some good stuff.
Yeah,
but a lot of it was shit.
Cockney Rejects playing it out as well.
That was quite fitting, I think. Because they are, when you think of a band that are West Ham fans.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah, but not all of them are. Only 2 of them are West Ham fans, yeah. So, the Rejects are all West Ham fans.
The Rejects are,
no, I'm just saying, it all seemed a little bit rushed. I know it had to be rushed, but...
Yeah, it just didn't go, and we'll thank Man U for turning up late for that, won't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a fitting farewell. Farewell, bowling. I'll see you next Tuesday.
All right, we'll leave that bit there. We'll be back in a second for part 2, which is a Stoke away game.